All right, welcome back. We're talking Steelers offense before we make the shift into the defense. And part of that offense is a run game, which doesn't seem to have anything going for it. Najee Harris, 11 carries, 20 yards today. By comparison, Jaylen Warren had 6 fewer carries and yet had more yards. So, Jason Mackey, when you look at that, you know, maybe he's hurt. He says he's not. So if he says he's not, you got to judge him by what he says. And if he's not hurt, then he's not getting the job done. Did they overdraft for Najee Harris?
I go back and forth on this, Pomp, because his rookie year, I mean, he looked like they did not overdraft him. He looked perfectly competent. I have no problem with that. But right now, this version of Najee Harris is not that version of Najee Harris. And to me, I want to see Jaylen Warren get more carries because of that decisive running. He's been a more productive running back. He's just fine in pass protection. What they're getting right now out of Najee Harris is not enough. I don't know enough about the running back position or how that works with an offensive line to sync the two, but I know that it's not productive, and they're continuing to smash their head against the same wall. Like, he is not an elite running back at this point. He's nowhere close, and their running game is a non-factor.
I mean, go ahead,
no, well, I know enough about this. One guy looks better than the other guy, and that's obvious. Two, they could have taken a lesson, too, from the Jets last week. They came in here and beat them using 2 running backs. It's stubborn and it's antiquated, which are 2 of Mike Tomlin's biggest qualities, that he won't go to a 2-back system. If you want to go ahead and not give Jaylen Warren the balance of the carries, okay, I'll meet you halfway. But meet me halfway and split the carries up some. Why Jaylen Warren doesn't get any carries in crunch time is ridiculous. It's totally ridiculous. And again, it's stubborn and it's anniquated.
There hasn't been much crunch time. I mean, it doesn't feel like it, right?
What about right out of the gate?
It's like a 3-score game. You know?
I mean, the one thing I would say that, like, if Najee is having trouble, and he certainly looks slower, he certainly looks, I mean, Jaylen Warren is quick. Jaylen Warren is quick, but, like, what they did early in the year was he would get out in the passing game. He was available out of the backfield, and that has, like, disappeared the last 3 weeks. And I don't know if that's telling that they just think that he just can't move right now. Maybe it's better to just maybe have him try to grind out 3 yards. But as Jason was mentioning before, he's not even, and Colin did too, like, he's not even really moving the pile. And he's a big dude. The pile should be moving. Jaylen Warren, as little as he is, there is forward momentum. So
and his vision at times is not what it should be.
No, there are times where he was like, this is the hole, this is where I'm going, and if you 5 feet to his right, there's space.
Right.
I know we have to judge him based on him being on the field, and you can't really make excuses, and I'm not making excuses for him. I'm sorry, there's no way he's healthy. He cannot.
Well, then he shouldn't be on the field. And it does get back to the fundamental question, which will always be asked about him and about all running backs. Should you take one in the first round?
Right.
That's where it is. Would this team be better suited right now with Jaylen Warren as their tailback and a real offensive lineman that was a first-round offensive lineman? That's the question you have to ask yourself. And I don't think the answer's not hard.
So, Will, I want to ask you about defense now. Everyone knows T.J. Watt is the NFL Defensive Player of the Year, and it all goes through him. It's hard for me to imagine, though, a defense that prides itself on being dominant or elite, which I don't think it's elite, but people have used those terms. They lose him.
Mike Tomlin has used those terms.
I know that. You lose one guy. I realize they're 0-8 without him. I realize in the first game they had 7 sacks, but only 3 sacks since then. It can't be just T.J. Watt and everybody else.
Sometimes it is the Jimmies and the Joes, man. I mean, like, when you're like the gap between T.J. and everybody else on that defense, with the exception of maybe Minka when Minka's healthy, and he's not healthy right now, and Cam, like, it's big. Myles Jack has been pretty good, but I mean, Mike wasn't kidding when he said there's no replacing T.J. And
yeah, but the drop-off shouldn't be that severe.
But the problem is, especially like this week, you got you're starting like dudes off the street in the secondary, and you're gonna blitz the best quarterback in the NFL, maybe the
Buffalo was starting a lot of guys.
So I mean, like it was a pick your poison day. My thing is, like, their depth is not good, and coming into the season, the depth was not good, and they haven't really fixed it.
Tyson Alualu at 35 years old, who was already hurt.
Right. That could have been a savings.
And I mean, Malik Reed, too. He has done nothing. Alex Highsmith is then a focal point and taken out of the game. There goes your pass rush. Robert Spillane is somehow playing on this defense.
I don't know why Mark Robinson has to stand in street clothes.
They have one inside linebacker.
There's nothing people love more than random dude off this, like, random practice squad guy. The difference, 38 to Mark Robinson is not the difference between 38 to 3. It is literally guys like maybe 6 through 11 on that field.
But that's offensive,
the problem,
though, for people to say that, though. Why can't you want, if it's not working, why can't you want change or want to see if something else works?
They got a lot of
where they can go.
Mark Robinson, the fact that Mark Robinson stands and watches Robert Spillane play football is borderline criminal and maybe felonious.
Well, you can say the same about Bush, even though he's a #1 pick, but he's a #1 pick, so he's always going to be out there. What has he done? You know, what did he do today? He got pushed around and he was bad in coverage. They all were.
I mean, that's what Will's saying. You know, 6 through 11's the problem. It's not like, oh, well, if 12, 13, and 14 were in there, it'd be different. I mean, you need to get more production out of 6 through 11. I'd argue 4 through 11 are the problems.
I'd like to find, at some point, I think you owe it to yourself to find out.
Yeah. That's fair.
At the inside linebacker position,
I'm just not looking for the
I think they owe it to themselves to find out, because I don't know how long you can keep with the Spillane and keep with the Bush situation that's happening.
Well, they were willing to find out with Jaylen Warren, who was also undrafted. They saw enough of him to give him a chance, and look what's happened. You can argue that he's run better. I don't know. There are a lot of things that have to happen. Next up, it's Tampa Bay, and that's not going to be any easier. Tom Brady won again today. They'll be here next Sunday. We may look a little bit into that game later, but next up, we're going to talk about some other facets of sports news, like who's the real home run king. Aaron Judge hit 62, but is he the man that people should be looking at? We'll talk about it next right here on the #1 Cochran Sports Showdown.
The Sports Showdown is sponsored by GMC Sierra.